Before the Knights, before the Capitals, there was the Sudbury Wolves. Dale Hunter is a legend in the Big Nickel where he played junior hockey. He'll be honored tonight by having his number retired. Dale played in Sudbury for 2 seasons, 1978 to 1980. He scored 195 points in just 120 games for the Wolves. He produced almost 400 penalty minutes over that time. In that era, tough hockey was king. Those junior years were formative for Dale. He'd go to play almost 1,600 NHL games. His honor tonight, while appreciated, is something he's been quiet about. Here's young Dylan on his dad.
He won't say much about it, but it's, anytime you get your number retired or any kind of nod to you like that from the team, it's always special. It's, you spend a lot of time, especially when you're a junior, playing. I know guys here that have gotten their numbers retired. It's a special thing. It's, something when you're just making your career, you're not there yet. So it's when someone gets rewarded like that for your time spent and, working hard, it's a feather in your cap.
With some perspective on Dale, what he means to the Wolves organization, and what it means to him, CJBK's Mike Stubbs from Sudbury. Mike?
He's excited. This is an absolute honor. The Sudbury Wolves have only now retired 4 numbers, including Dale Hunter's number 15. So that's a pretty exclusive group. And this is where his junior hockey career really took off. And from there, all the success that has followed. It kind of began here. So it's an amazing night for him. You look with the Wolves, he had point totals of 85 and 110, and he's a guy that could change a game in so many ways as a player. He could change it with a play, a goal, an assist, a hit. He could also change it with a word. Dale Hunter understands people probably as well as anyone, and he can figure out right away what will either make them tick, motivate them, or what will get under their skin. And he can do either. So he can motivate teammates, he can motivate players, but he can certainly be that center of attention out there on the ice that takes players off their game. And it's pretty amazing to look back over a career that saw him play 19 years in the National Hockey League, record over 1,000 points and over 2,500 penalty minutes. That just doesn't happen. Norm?
Fanshawe basketball at J Gym tonight against Redeemer College. At halftime of the men's game, the national championship teams from 1980 and 1981 will be honored. Tip-off is at 8. We'll be there. More on CTV News at 11.
At Beale, the opening Raiders at the Marcio Tolio Invitational against Martin Grove from Toronto.
The game was within 6 points the entire way, several lead changes, but Martin Grove dropped a 3 with under a minute to take the lead. And Beale's last chance was up to Brendan McGlone, and his jumper comes up short. The Raiders drop a 53-49 decision in the opener.
When ASA ranks each team, you basically have to submit who you've beaten in the year, and if you can't say that you've beaten one of these top Toronto teams, then they're going to rank you obviously lower, and then you've got to play the top dog early.
48-48. We're 2 days out from the Super Bowl. Plenty of questions surround the game, like the weather. Temperatures are expected to be slightly above freezing, with snow not much of a factor. A real factor, like the Olympics, the security. The New Jersey game may be the most secure Super Bowl ever, with dozens of law enforcement agencies on site teaming up. Then there's the game, the Seahawks and the Broncos. The NFL's best defense versus its best offense. The loud and flashy versus the legend.
I'd like to help the Broncos get another championship, but you have other people that you'd like to win it for as well.
We go after it at all times, and I think that's why our offense is one of the best at keeping it, and we're one of the best at getting it.
The Leafs are winning and dealing. Time tonight for your sports reel.
A trade. Seldom-used defenseman Mark Frazier dealt by the Leafs to the Oilers. Frazier was rock solid for Randy Carlyle in the shortened season. He took that puck in the head during the playoffs and hasn't been the same since. Forward Cameron Abney and the rights to restricted free agent Winter Timu Hardikainen go back to the Leafs. 5 straight goals last night erased a 2-0 Florida lead. 6-3 Buds the final. Their 8th win in 10 games. They've picked up 17 of 20 points over that time. Nazem Kadri, 3 assists against the Panthers. The Senators are at ACC tomorrow, coming off a 5-3 win over Tampa. They've won 2 straight and are charging up the standings. The Canadians are on a 2-game run at Boston, beating the Bruins 4-1 with Peter Budaj in net. Tonight, a couple of struggling clubs get together. Washington at Detroit. Both are outside of the playoff picture. Between them, 5 wins in their past 20 games. That Jays home opener against the Yankees on April 4th is a sellout. It took just 48 minutes after single-game tickets went on sale to fill the place up. DeMar DeRozan, an all-star, the 4th to make the grade in Raptors history. He's on the trip tonight. The Raps at Denver, and there's Oklahoma City visiting Brooklyn. 13 straight for Durant with 30 or more points. The Thunder has a league-best 37-10 record and has won 9 straight, while the Nets are 10-2 this month, both losses being to the Raptors. 8 games in the OHL tonight. London at Sudbury, where Dale Hunter will be honored. Plus, Sarnia is at Guelph and Erie visits Owen Sound. University hockey tonight, it's Western at Waterloo. The first-place Mustangs want to create space between themselves and the rest of the pack while getting a little payback on the Warriors. Here's our pal, Danny Elrich.
They beat us out in the playoffs last year. We obviously don't forget that, but we could meet them in the playoffs this year, or we can meet somebody else. We just want to send a message that we're in first place right now and we're here to win.